Why ego death changes your relationships forever. The spiritual truth most people miss. Have you ever noticed that after a profound ego death, certain relationships suddenly begin to feel different? Conversations that once excited you now leave you feeling empty. People you deeply loved may seem strangely distant. Some friendships quietly fade, while unexpected new connections begin appearing in your life. Many people assume this is simply part of outgrowing others, but there is a deeper spiritual process taking place, one that most discussions about ego death completely overlook. The truth is that ego death does not merely change who you are. It transforms how you relate to every human being you meet. And once this transformation begins, your relationships can never return to the way they were before. At first, this shift can feel confusing. You may wonder whether you are becoming emotionally detached, losing empathy, or simply becoming less interested in people. Ironically, many spiritual seekers worry they are becoming colder. Yet, according to Dr. Stanislav Grof, psychiatrist and one of the founders of transpersonal psychology, profound states of consciousness often dissolve the ordinary structures of identity before revealing a much larger sense of self. In his decades of research into non-ordinary states of consciousness, Grof observed that individuals frequently experience a complete reorganization of their values and interpersonal relationships after these transformative experiences. What changes is not your ability to love. It is the foundation from which you love. Before ego death, many relationships are unconsciously built upon identity. You seek people who reinforce your beliefs, validate your personality, protect your insecurities, or confirm the image you have created about yourself. The ego quietly asks, who makes me feel important? Who agrees with me? Who completes me? But after ego death, these questions lose their power. Instead, your attention shifts towards something much deeper. Can we genuinely meet one another beyond our roles? This is why some relationships naturally become stronger while others begin to dissolve. The philosopher and spiritual teacher John Klein, known for his teachings on Advaita and direct self-inquiry, often explained that genuine relationship only becomes possible when psychological ownership begins to disappear. Rather than relating through fear, expectation, or emotional possession, one begins responding from simple awareness itself. This doesn't make love weaker. It makes it remarkably freer. For the first time, affection is no longer dependent upon constant reassurance or emotional bargaining. This shift can also create unexpected tension. Family members may say you've changed. Friends may accuse you of becoming distant. Partners may wonder why you no longer react the way you used to. What they often notice is not the loss of your personality. They are witnessing the gradual disappearance of old emotional patterns that once held the relationship together. Without realizing it, every relationship develops invisible agreements. I will always be the rescuer. You will always need my approval. We will always complain together. When ego death loosens identification with these roles, those silent agreements begin to collapse, and not everyone is ready for that. Interestingly, this transformation echoes findings from developmental psychologist Dr. Robert Kegan of Harvard University. His work on adult development suggests that genuine psychological growth occurs when people stop being unconsciously held by old identities and begin relating to them more objectively. As one's way of making meaning evolves, relationships often reorganize because the individual is no longer operating from the same internal framework. Spiritually, this can feel like losing your old world before discovering a larger one. Perhaps the greatest misunderstanding about ego death is that people expect it to make them less human. In reality, many discover the opposite. Without the constant need to defend an identity, compassion often becomes more spontaneous. Listening becomes easier. Forgiveness arises more naturally. You stop trying to win every disagreement because there is less of a separate self that constantly needs protecting. As the spiritual philosopher Raymond Panikar, known for bridging Eastern and Western contemplative traditions, wrote throughout his work on non-duality and human consciousness, Authentic encounter becomes possible only when we stop reducing ourselves and others to fixed identities. Relationship becomes a meeting of presence rather than personalities. This is one of the quiet miracles of ego death. Yet this new way of relating requires courage. Some people will leave because they preferred the version of you that needed their approval. Others will stay, but the relationship itself will transform into something far deeper than either of you expected. Eventually, you realize that ego death is not about abandoning relationships. It is about removing everything false that prevented a genuine relationship from existing in the first place. Conclusion. The spiritual truth most people miss is that ego death is not designed to isolate you. It is designed to free your relationships from fear, performance, and unconscious attachment. While this process may temporarily create distance from people who relate only to your old identity, it also opens the door to connections rooted in authenticity, presence, and unconditional love. In the end, ego death does not take love away. It strips away everything that was never truly loved to begin with, leaving behind relationships that reflect the deeper reality of who you are becoming.